Hey y'all, got a story. It's really important. It's tied into this beast infrastructure. This is another one of these quiet, secretive groups run by some of the most politically connected and wealthiest people on earth. And although they claim to just have discussions, this particular group has been known to, how do I say this? Pick the leaders, the winners for European and American governments for a long, long time. And I have to be careful how I talk about this because this group, I don't know about now, but at one point in time, you couldn't type the name, you couldn't do nothing. You was getting jammed up. And I say this because I have gotten a couple of my posts on social media and on Medium shadow banned. And one time I actually got it pulled and said it was disinformation. So it's been some years ago, but it is one of these things that we are not allowed to talk about. But I'm going to put the link in the description so that you can read it. And I would like for you to do as much research as you can about this particular group because it is really important. It's one of many working groups that meet around the globe annually, and they communicate regularly, but they dictate policy that impact us. These people are not elected officials. We do not select them to lead us no place, but they have power to pick leaders before we even go vote. And so there's a book out there that clearly shows it. And I will put the book in the description, a link to the book in the description as well is really good. Um, it's how I learned about this group, and it was back in 2007, 2000, I'm gonna say 2008. And ever since then, I think that's when my eyes opened to, you know, how things really work in this world and how I didn't really have any power. The sad thing was I learned about it on my way home from North Carolina when I was working for a presidential campaign, and I heard this man talking about his book about this particular group, the BB group, and he was from France or Italy or somewhere, but he was on a public radio station and he did about an hour and he was talking about his book and how he had pictures and all the things that these people were talking about doing, and I was so intrigued. I went home and I ordered the book. And I read the book. And again, it was before the election, and this book had so much information about things that had happened, and things that were going to happen. And then, after some of the predictions that were made actually came to pass, I knew that this person knew what they were talking about. And so, from that point forward, my eyes were open. I was no longer disillusioned by these fake choices that we're given and the political rhetoric that you see on television, the news, nothing. I just, it was like I was born again in a different sense of the word, but still the same way. So this group is meeting this year. They meet every year, but they meet in different places. And this year they are meeting in, I think, South America, Portugal. Uh, So I'm going to read this article to you, but it's really important that you keep up with this particular group because they do a lot of stuff. Same people, recalcitrate through all the groups, but they have different discussions. all these different groups work in different ways to make things happen. And we need to understand that there are a lot of things, especially as African Americans, that we don't know. We think that we have power. We're being misled to believe that we have power and that we have a choice, when in all actuality, the choices have already been made for us. And we're just presented with options. And no matter which option wins, they've already chosen the winner and the loser and the outcome of whatever the thing is that they wanted to have happen. So that is what this story is going to be about. All right, so I'm going to say the BB group meeting in Libsyn. Artificial intelligence will top the agenda. This article came out on yesterday, May 18th, 2023. It is in themanews.com by Prothema. I think this is a European magazine. I'm not sure, but I'm going to read this article for you. Okay, so uh, Peaser CEO is on the list of the attendees. So I can't say the words because y'all know what's going on. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman will join forces with key leadership from companies like the computer guy who knows all things company and YT's parent company this week as a secretive meeting of the business and political elite kickstarts in Lisbon, Portugal. AI will top the agenda as the Chat GPT chief meets with uh, MS CEO Satya Nadella, DeepMind head Demis Hassabis, and former CEO of YouTube's parent company, Eric Schmidt, at the annual BB meeting. The tech titans will be joined by political heavyweights, including former U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. Why on earth? That man is 99 years old. But this goes to show you these people orchestrated a lot of the things back in the 70s that we're living today. Them jokers ain't dead and gone yet. They still yet holding on out here, going to these meetings, getting paid as consultants to figure out how to keep Yasharel in enslavement, along with enslaving the rest of the entire world. So it's just a very sad thing to see that after you've done so much destruction throughout the world, you still here doing more. I don't really understand, but it just goes to show you, y'all, that evil lives a long time. Uh, the NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg and Yuki, foreign minister, not going to say the name, for a range of discussions spanning international relations, trade, energy, and finance. All in all, around 130 participants from 23 countries are set to attend the private meeting, a similar number to previous years. The drug company CEO, BP chief Bernard Looney, Total Energy CEO Patrick Pouyan, investor Peter Thiel, and a number of EU politicians will also be there. The 3-day event, which this year runs from Thursday to Sunday, is shrouded in mystery with clandestine talks held behind closed doors and subject to Chatham House rules, meaning the identity and affiliation of speakers must not be disclosed. So if they can't tell you what they're talking about and who's there, you got to know something ain't right about it. That has sparked conspiracy theories, which they always say every year everything is a conspiracy theory, but then it's true. Similar to those leveled against high level meetings like WEF in Davos, Switzerland, by those who claim attendees are seeking to establish a y'all know what. However, the event's organizers say that the discreet nature of it is to allow for greater freedom of discussion. No, it's not. What is the agenda in 2023? Key topics up for discussion at this year's meeting were published by its organizers Thursday, giving an insight into what it deems the most pressing issues in global affairs. So let me just say that whoever they say is coming is always more people because everybody that's coming, they don't put their names on the list. The same with agenda items. They will give you a list of items, but they always talk about more than it's on the list because they have to give you something because people in the world know that they're meeting now. People are watching, but they're never going to tell us everything that they talk about, and they're never going to tell us everybody that's there because it would probably freak us out. But politicians from all over the world, uh, foreign ministers, prime ministers, military officials, so it's a big deal. Um, you should not overlook this meeting. So the issues noted are AI, the banking system, dragon country, energy transition, Europe, fiscal changes. Fiscal challenges, India, industrial policy and trade, the N, the A, the T, the O, bear country, transnational threats, Yuki, and eagle leadership. So that means they're getting ready to talk about who is going to be the next leader of this country. They've already decided who they want, they've already decided why they want them, and they've already planned how it is going to happen. They're just going to tell the people. So, what we need to do is figure out who's going to the meeting, and it'll give you an idea of who they have in mind. I've said that it's probably going to be DeSantis from Florida. I don't know, but that's just my 2 cents. He's been jockeying for a long time. Plus, he has them fake folks on deck down there in Florida. So to me, it just seems like he's the obvious choice. I don't know, but that's just my 2 cents. The talks come as the rollout of AI tools such as OpenAI's ChatGPT and Google's Bard have added to mounting concerns around the rapid development of technology, with Altman called to testify before the U.S. Senate on Tuesday. Meantime, the ongoing war in Yuki and concerns over rising dragon countries' threats have become a source of continued discussion among Western leaders, with signs of division in the U.S. and Europe, and I'm sorry, within the U.S. and European policy rising over recent months. Just know it's all orchestrated because these people that are meeting right now, they create all this chaos. So it's not like, nobody knows that is happening. If you've been following this group for years, you understand they create the chaos, then they bring you the solution. This is one of the numerous groups that do that. What is BB Group? Now in its 69th year, the BB meeting was established in 1954 to foster dialogue between Europe and North America. Today, about two-thirds of participants come from Europe and the rest from North America, with approximately a quarter from politics and government and the remainder from other fields, according to a statement on its website. Around one-fifth are women. So, as you can see, this is a hot mess. But anywho, these people are meeting this weekend and they're already in position. It's really secretive. We're not going to know the truth, but we will know that they did meet. And you do have some agenda items, although I'm sure this is not all of them. But understand they're getting ready to finish, preparing for this transition, this global transition, where they have to worry about the banking system, fiscal challenges, energy transition, so on and so forth. Uh, Things are gonna start happening really fast after this meeting. So you need to make sure you winding down on your prep. Continue to prep, continue to pray. But if you've been just kind of playing around, you need to ratchet things up. If you hemming and hawing with your little money that you got saved and stashed, it's time to spend it. Time is winding down. If you haven't finalized those plans or you're waiting, to do some things, you need to go ahead and do the things that you need to do right away. All right, this is Marley K. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Also, subscribe to my Rumble and Odyssey channels in the event that this channel goes down. Subscribe to the social media platforms in the event that all these channels go down, and that's all I have, social media platforms. And continue to pray, continue to prepare. Please don't have any fear, but research these groups and these individuals mentioned in this article, because there is plenty of documented evidence about what these people want to do, what they think about us, um, their involvement in some of these other groups that I've been talking to you about for the last, couple of months or years, depending on how long you've been following me, and how serious this is. Again, this is one of those things that people don't pay any attention to, and they don't really talk about it on the mainstream media. But you need to know about it, because these are people who make decisions about our lives, and we did not vote for them. So you have to keep an eye on them. Keep watch. We are commanded to do that. We need to continue to do it until the Most High sends His Son back down here to rescue us. All right, this is Marley K. Hope y'all have a great weekend. I don't have any more stories for you. I am done. And I'm out.